Good morning, this is Megan Kraus, and this is my Module 11 case study for EDL 856, School Community Relations. For Section 1, I summarized the case. Who is involved? The PTO group, an independent organization not affiliated with the national group, the PTO president, who is a young attorney, and Principal Gerber, the school principal. What is happening? The new PTO is wanting more control. They want more voice and involvement in the school, and they want more action, not just supporting the school, says principal. And when and where the principal meets with the organization. And then other facts: the officers were elected last spring for this PTO. The parents are requesting changes to back to school night. The principal needs to communicate and collaborate. Parents want to be equal partners with the school, and then both parties want to have the students' interest in mind. Section 2, the legal and ethical issues. They haven't broken any laws yet with this new organization, but they are possibly looking at breaking student-teacher rights with as much involvement as this PTO wants. The parent organization is not employed by the school, but they are demanding that they make decisions, and they don't want any staff members or teachers as members of their PTO or this parent organization. Teacher contracts, they believe only are going to go with the negotiated agreement. And then some more ethical issues is that the administration, the teachers, and other staff in the building will have a lot less power than what they have now, and the organization wants to have more power. Section 3, what's happening? A new parent organization is formed, and they are wanting more control of the policies and decisions of the school. So when creating a relationship between the school, families, and the community, they are rubbing people the wrong way, but they want more control. Section 4, synthesize the facts. So these are the people. We know that the principal reports that the former parent organization was a positive place to be in, a positive organization. And in the parent organization, they had an attorney for president. Last spring, the officers were elected, and they want more involvement with the school. We do not know the demographics of the school, the demographics of the parents, and why exactly this organization is wanting to change things. Like, what's going so wrong now that they have to change everything. And then we're going to synthesize the place. We know there's a new organization. They meet at the school, and then last year's meetings were held outside of the school. We don't know the age range of the school, the size of this school, whether it's a rural or urban school, or even where the school is located. So those are definitely some facts that I feel like would play big into the role of trying to work through this issue that we're having. Section 5 is about review and prioritize. The decisions that this organization make could be damaging to the principal, the school, and the students, just depending on which direction they go. But could also be damaging to some of the stakeholders, which is the families, the teachers, the principals, the Board of Education, and possibly even this parent organization. Let me go back a slide because I didn't synthesize the facts of the program. We know that there's discipline, teacher performance, teacher evaluations, and curriculum. All of that is the same. Unknown is why did the organization become unaffiliated? Why did they decide to come out? Why they want to change, and do they know the school laws or not? Sorry about that. All right, now we'll go back to Section 6, options and consequences. There are 3 options that I came up with that I feel like would be pretty good options that you could give total control to this organization if you wanted. But some consequences is that would be decisions made for this school that wouldn't be by non-educators. There's some possible legal issues that they would have to look at, and then the administration or the school principal would have a decrease in role in how his building is ran. Again. And then also you could just increase communication, the principal to his staff, that type of communication, the principal to families and the community, that type of communication, and then definitely have the new group include the principal so that he can communicate back and forth with the group and the school and what's going on. Or you could just take no action, and that means they would have limited control, and then there would also be less parent involvement, which isn't always the greatest either. So some of our options is to increase communication. A pro to that would be the opportunity to be heard, and you could collaborate. And a con would be it would be very time consuming for the principal. You could also survey the needs of the school, which a pro for that would be a collaborative approach and engaged in the community, but the cons would be the return rate of your students. You could also take no action. The pros would be that the principal and the staff would be happy, but a con would be that you are definitely decreasing parent involvement in your building. So, and then you could give complete control to this organization, which a pro for that would be the principal or parent participation increases. Sorry, and then a con would be that the students might decrease. You might have less students that are willing to come to your school. You could petition the school board, which would mean limited power, but a pro of this organization, limited power of this organization. And then you could also collaborate with the organization, which would be a pro would be to compromise, and a con would be it'd be very time consuming for everyone involved. So there's definitely a few options that I feel like would be great, and others that you're like, not so much. Section 8 is all about reflect and decide. So these are three that I feel like out of those other options, these three are the best, I feel like, which is increased communication, which means you collaborate more as a school and the parent organization, and definitely make sure you have two-way communication. I feel like you could survey the needs of the school, which means you could send out a survey to your parents, all your stakeholders, or even your students, your teachers, and have them collaborate. And also then we could even send a survey out to engage our community a little bit more of what they feel like our school needs and doesn't need and that sort of thing. And that way the parents and everybody else are getting a voice, but they're not necessarily 100% making every decision for the school. And then you could also collaborate a little bit more with this organization and come up with a list of shared goals and a shared vision, just so that you're all on the same page type thing. So I feel like that those would be great ways to go about handling this situation. And then implementation. As a principal, I would communicate. So I would definitely talk to my superintendent and my staff and talk to them and see kind of what they are feeling. And then I would meet with the parent group to see what they're feeling and kind of help mesh the two. I would definitely be able to send out that survey. I would send it to families and staff. And like I said, you guys also include community members if you felt like it. Just definitely I would send that out to get people's opinions and then collaborate. So then I could share the survey results with both my principal and staff and then with this parent group. And then get a shared vision and goal so I could see what the superintendent and staff are wanting and then what this parent group is wanting and kind of see how we can come up with a shared vision and goal for our school and for our student success. So I definitely just feel like this issue is a lot bigger, or they're making it a lot bigger than what it could be. We just need to work together. We're supposed to be here for the sake of our students, and so I just feel like implementing a few of these new things would be very helpful to both our students, our school, and our parents. So, and then here is just a list of my resources. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.